Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about strings. Strings are a sequence of characters surrounded by double quotes or single quotes. We could have strings, there could be letters, there could be numbers, there could be any kind of characters. Like you can see here, we have hi, Oliotia, I don't like music, and then some gibberish, and then some numbers. As long as the number is in quotes, then it is a string. We've got several attributes of strings, and we'll be talking about a few of them today. One is that strings are ordered, they have a certain order. We can use indexing and slicing to get subsections of the string. Indexing and slicing uses the square brackets after the strings, and each character has a number starting from 0. When we are counting in Python, we start from 0 while counting our indices. An example of string is the word hello, which we can say here. And to find the indices for this word hello or for this string hello, we start counting from 0. So H would be 0, E would be 1, this L 2, this one 3, and then the last one will be 4. We could also count backwards. And when we count backwards, we start with -1. So our last item would be -1, our second last character -2, and so forth up to the beginning. A little more onto indexing. Indexing helps us to get one character from a string. So if we just need one character of a string, then we just use our index. So for example, if I have a string Claire, like you can see here, if I just wanted the first character, then I'll use my square brackets and the index 0 since we're counting from 0. So the first character is at index 0, and that is C. And if I wanted the character at index 3, then I'll count 0, 1, 2, and 3 is the I. And if I wanted the last character of our string, then -1 index is going to be E. And that's that. Moving on to slicing, we saw indexing returns just one item from our string, but slicing will help us to get more than one item from our string. So if we wanted to get more than one item, then definitely we'll be using our slices. So the syntax is start, end, and step, where start means the beginning index and end means the ending index, but excluding it. And the step is optional, but it's just the jump or the skip as you go through your iterable. We'll talk more about this when we get to the hands-on, but an example is here we have a string that we had before of the name Claire, and we're starting from 1 and ending at 3, excluding 3. So we start counting. This is 0, and then 1, 2. We're ending at 3 and excluding 3. So our result will be L and A. And we're going to be looking more on this by using our Anaconda or Google Colab, whatever you have. Let's just do everything here. I'll delete what I had so that we can start from scratch. So starting with our name, we have a string called name and it has these numbers. So if we want to index through them, we can say name at index 0, our brackets not forgotten, and then we'll see our response will be 1. And if we wanted to say maybe, okay, I need to get the last number, the last item from our variable name, then we'd say name index -1. and the last one is 9. But if I wanted to get maybe the 8th index, we'll say name at index 8, and we'll have it. So that is us indexing through our string and just getting one item from the string. What if we wanted more than one? That is when we'll use our slicing. So we'll be slicing. So we're going to get from name. We want to get maybe from index 2 to, let's say, 5. So pretty much we'll be having 2, 3, and 4. That will be our slice. And that's why we have 2, 3, and 4. But there's also a shortcut. If we wanted to get everything, then we'll just say colon, colon. Everything will get colon, colon. We'll have everything. And then if we want to say from the beginning to a specific index, we can also say name, colon, which means beginning. But then we don't want to go all the way to the end. So we can say maybe from the beginning to 7, excluding the 7. So we'll get 0 to 6, that portion of our string. What if we want to say we want to start from 3 all the way to the end? That means we'll have 3 to the end. Everything will come after 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is our slicing without using the step. But what if we wanted to use the step? So by default, if we do not use the step, for example, if we wanted everything without using the step will be 1, even without putting it there. But I'll just put it there so that you can see that it's still the same thing. But how about if I'm thinking, okay, I just want only the even numbers, then I'll do a step of 2. So I'll be jumping one of the numbers as we go. I'll do a step of 2 and just jump some of the numbers as we go. So here is where we are. So I'll say from the beginning to the end, stepping 2. And they have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So I only have even numbers. But what if I want odd numbers? Then I'll say maybe name. And what is my first odd number? My first odd number would be at index 1, because this is index 0, index 1. So I'll say, okay, I'll start from index 1 to the end. And I'll still do a step of 2 so I can get my odd numbers. Oh, sorry, I didn't do from beginning 1 to the end, which is, okay, say -1. And the step of 2, let me count them 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Go to 10. Step of 2. 0 to 10, sorry. Stepping 2. And I'll have my odd numbers. So it's 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. They're all odd numbers. So pretty much this is how you do the step. If I wanted, I could also do from beginning to 10 and maybe do a step of 3. And there I'll have 0, 3, 6, and 9. So pretty much that is how we do our indexing and slicing for our strings in Python. Thank you so much. We'll be learning more about attributes in Python in our next lecture.